Hello, my country people. You are welcome back to Boyos Network. I am here once again with the trending things that are happening in Nigeria. Now, the matter where the grand nabi says Senator Akpabio don't defeat Akpabio in court. My people, make una come closer, make I give una the details. They say the Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja has struck out two appeals filed by Senator Godswill Akpabio against suspension of Senator Natasha Akpabio's suspension suit at High Court. Okay, in a unanimous decision delivered by Justice Hamabaka, Adebukonola Bajoko, and Okon Agban, the appellate court strike out the motion dated 20th and 25th March 2025 following a formal application to withdraw them. This one na just starting point, guys. This one na just starting point. You know, one thing about Senator Natasha, anytime I see Senator Natasha and all those things where they happen about her case, I always see a woman where be say no matter what, she's always standing strong, no matter what, she's always pulling through. And actually, this is what Nigerians need right now, because this her case, I'm not gonna tell you, like, they give hope to many people. This her case, they really give hope to many people. The way she's pulling through, the way she's standing strong, it they make many people, they talk say if only one woman they stand in the midst of all this storm, then be say if we stand together, we must definitely pull through. Somehow we know that what she's passing through right now is not good for her mental health, which Nigerians are really praying that God will give her the grace to pull through. And Nigerians, to an extent, they are still happy that this thing is happening to a woman, a resilient woman, a woman that will say no, a woman that is hard not to crack. That is why most Nigerians are really happy about this Natasha case. This woman, she no go give up, and in as much as they try to silence her in different ways, she refused to be silent. She refused to keep quiet. She keeps speaking, as in that is what I really love about her. In fact, just see all the things, all the blow, all the things that will be only one person, a woman for that matter, is as good as number one citizen and the number third citizen of Nigeria with order of their cabals face one woman. Why I say number one citizen is because that lawsuit, they say Nigerian government, we Nigerians, we be the common Nigerians, we did not support the lawsuit. Who else go fit speak on behalf of Nigeria? Na Tinubu na fit speak on behalf of Nigeria. But actually, I really need to say this. President Tinubu, no dey allow all these people, then they use you, as in they use you to stamp all these atrocities wey dey happen. I no talk say you be sent to, but this one wey be say the matter in the first place does not even concern you. I don't know how you and your attorney general, as in I no even understand how una take dey reach. Oh God, oh God, oh God, help me. You no fit dey for this country Nigeria make your sanity dey normal at all, as in you no fit dey reason am. Nigeria dey confuse person. That is just it. Some kind things where they happen, you go say and say you no fit explain, like this Natasha issue. I cannot even come to the terms how it affects the federal government is what I don't even know. As in, Mona help me reason am. So guys, I bet Mona drop on a comment in the comment section as I leave you with this revelation when Natasha gets to drop. And I beg, if you have not subscribed to my channel, subscription is for free. It's just for you to be getting updates whenever we drop our videos. Please ring the bell and subscribe. Bye bye.
But 5%, of course, mainly from the western part of Nigeria, which I understand. I was read story like Konita Fuen, those who really believe that I was insulting, I was out to destroy this Yoruba government opportunity. And that's really not true. That's never happened. I just hope that they will understand that that's not me. And it was all lies cooked up to set me against the people. So my husband did get me a new line and a new phone, saying that, because I also did, you know how you put the star hash to see whether your line is bugged, star hash 62, something like that. And I did, and I saw that my phone, even till now, is bugged. All calls forwarding, everything. So my line is bugged. I tried to cancel it with star hash 002 or something, and it failed. So, but it's okay. But I told my husband I didn't want to use a new line. I told him I was a public figure. It's okay if Nigerians have my number and reach out to me. And most importantly, I knew that whenever situations occur, in as much as people would call to insult me or harass me. I'll also receive prayers, but also I'll get hints. And that was where I started getting information. People who have victims reached out, oh Natasha, I've been scammed by Sandra. I've been this, she has done this, she has done that. So as the good came, I'm glad I didn't change my number, I didn't switch it off, it's still my number. So I got a lot of information. So I did forward all of those to the police, but they never investigated. And I did, after Frances, first let me appreciate Frances Obonaya and Mr. Obina. I don't know, I've forgotten his surname. And the American Mr. David as well. Thank you all for speaking up. I heard that there are many more victims who are shy of speaking up. I thank you for standing up for truth. And I do sympathize with Mr. Obina and his family because I'm aware that a week ago, over a week, he was on the orders of the Inspector General of Police. Unfortunately, he was picked up from his home at 3 a.m., right in front of his children and his wife for no just reason. And he was moved to Abuja and has been locked up since then. And it's unfortunate because this is a primary witness. If the police actually wants to do a diligent job, based on my petitions, this is someone who has come up to attest to the role that he was paid to play and that he pulled out of the engagement when he realized that the plot was getting darker, if I'm to use his words. He said he saw the plot was getting darker and unholy, and there was a plan to jail me. Is that not what is happening now? This is exactly what Obina spoke about. And that was why he pulled out, because he said even the audio that she sent to him, which she didn't know whether was real, that there was nothing about me destroying the government or paying 200 million to blackmail Akpabio or anything. So he pulled out. So I thought the police was going to invite Obina as a primary witness and take his statements. Instead, they've locked him up. So that is witch hunting and suppressing someone who would potentially be my witness. And I want Nigerians to know that they should join voices to call on for Obina's freedom. What the police is doing is wrong. I'm saying this categorically clear. The Inspector General of Police, I did see your number, your name appear on Sandra's call log during her live stream. And it's unfortunate that the woman who I'm told has quite a file with the police, a file with DSS on activities she has, illicit activities she has committed against Nigerian men, blackmailing them, sextorting them. You would actually converse with such a person. Well, you're the Inspector General of Police. I believe you're answerable to all Nigerians. But I hope that you will find courage to diligently investigate all my petitions. And I'm actually wondering how the Inspector General of Police is going to investigate it now that these two people, or the three people, including Yaya Bello, actually all are listed in my petitions. So how are you going to investigate that when you have already written me off and condemned me to the courts to be jailed, probably? Let's talk about Governor Yaya Bello. Right from when I joined politics in 2018 till my 2019 election, I've written several petitions, I believe over 15 petitions, from threat to my life to the killings of my supporters. Over 20 people have been killed. Their names, pictures, more than 100, should I say, sustained injuries, gunshots. I mean, I tried as much as possible to visualize the story of my campaign in 2018, 2019, when I was an SDP. The SDP office was burnt down. My grandfather's house was burnt. A lot of evil happened. Petitions I wrote. Till date, the police never attended to one single petition. I survived 2 accidents. One, that my vehicle was tampered with when I visited Kogi. It's the grace of God that I'm alive. A day to the 2023 elections. A day to the 2023 elections. I'm coming. A day to the 2023 elections in February. We all saw how Yaya Bello ordered that the roads around my community would be cut off, dug off, so as to prevent campaign materials from reaching. But people don't know that it wasn't just to prevent materials from getting to me. It was also to entrap me and set me up for danger. People don't know that 3 days before the election, a bomb went off just 10 minutes away from my home. A lot happened. Even though we didn't speak of it, we put them down in petitions to the Inspector General of Police. Even though he wasn't, this gentleman, IGP Kayode, wasn't the Inspector General of Police, but it's the same institution. I believe once a petition has been laid, whether the people manning the office change hands, it's still the duty of the institution to investigate the several petitions and to hold people accountable. But it's unfortunate that Yaya Bello has not been made to face the law, irrespective of the many murders that happened and the many attacks that happened to the people of my constituency. And I still stand by my word. On the 14th of March 2025, Senator Asukwo drove Yahaya Bello from Hilton Hotel to Akpabio's residence. And that was where they planned my recall and they planned to assassinate me. And that the assassination should happen in Kogi State, not in Abuja, so that fingers will not point at him. To me, I've spoken. It's left for them to investigate. It's left for the police to investigate. And the nature of this, the way things have taken a turn whereby I am now facing criminal charges. And I would tell people every week, there is no week that passes without Senator Karimi, Senator Sunday Karimi, the senator from Kogi West. There's no week since this whole thing started that Senator Karimi has not taken it upon himself to remind me in our Northern Senators Forum of the need for me to pack my bags and go to jail. Like, that is Senator Karimi's message. He would himself and Senator Zam from Benue, I don't know whether it's Benue Central or whatever. They were just right there. Even yesterday, both of them in the Senate WhatsApp group, they reminded me of the need for me to pack my bags and go to jail. So it's unfortunate that in all of this, simply because I spoke up of sexual harassment, which I still stand, even though some people, over 20 different individuals whom I respect greatly, have reached out to mediate. Even a number of African women parliamentarians also reached out. They came visiting from Gambia, Liberia, Benin Republic. A number of them came, and others trying to mediate. But the message that always came from the Senate president, because what happens is they will come to me, speak to me, go to the Senate president, speak to him, and try to have a common ground. So their condition, they'll be like, we've met with the Senate president, but he says I must retract my statements of sexual harassment and apologize on the floor. That has always been his stand. Like, that is a window. Even if you look at I think I did send you the resolution from the committee on my suspension. You will see there, item 2, that if Natasha is given if she apologizes in writing, that I'll be recalled back. So I've been told also that Natasha, don't be stubborn. Other senators who were suspended, Senator Ali Ndume apologized and he was recalled back.
It was made public.
Senator Ningi also apologized. But I tell them, all of these people who have come, I said, I appreciate your efforts in trying to mediate. I'm all for peace. And I respect the Nigerian Senate. I respect all the institutions. And I'm not pretty much a troublemaker. But you see, on this matter of sexual harassment, I'm not apologizing. And I also would take time to educate each and every one of them that I did not break the Senate rules on change of seat. That I also showed them the chart. I forgot to send it to you. Where I was sitting, there's a way in which our names are positioned along each seat, and it will be circulated to us in the Senate WhatsApp group. So everybody will know where they sit, and people are usually given chances and opportunity to explain why they don't want to sit here or they want to sit with their friends and all that. So I said, You can't, I can't just, I just walked into work that morning only for me to be told by staff that my seat was changed unceremoniously. And even though they said I wasn't the only one whose seat was changed, but why did they move someone else to the seat where the cameras were cut off? I said that was a deliberate attempt to cut me off visibility. And also, I did mention to them that if you look at it, my outburst, for those of them who feel my outburst aggravated my suspension, the first person who broke the rule was the Senate president. When I started reading Order 10 on privileges, he should have allowed me finish up, and he would have invited me to his desk, or he would have put it to question, or say, Natasha, you know what? I have heard you, but today sit there and we would review it. No, what did he do? Right in the middle of me reading my order of privilege, he called for the chamber staff to take me out and to prepare for my suspension. So I said, no matter what befalls me, I will not apologize because I have done no wrong. I am not apologizing for refusing to move my seat to the seat that I was verbally assigned, not properly notified in writing, and not given a chance to argue or to debate why I would like to retain my seat. I would also not apologize for speaking up on sexual harassment. Apologizing for sexual harassment means everything I've said is a lie. And then thinking about it, that means no other woman who faces the same ill will be able to speak up tomorrow. And that is like upholding the culture of harassment, upholding the culture of fear and intimidation. And even though today is the 84th day that I've been out of the chambers, I really miss representing my people. But also, on the greater scale of things, I've always identified myself as a political reformer than a politician, primarily because I believe that the Nigerian political space needs to be reformed. And I have put myself out there right from the nature of my elections and how I've interacted with the Nigerian people through social media, narrating my ordeals, my victories, and all. I want people to look at my life and say, okay, this is what politics really is. If Natasha is going through this, that means it's not all rosy, but how can we use her narrative, her experiences to strengthen the ecosystem in politics in Nigeria and in turn raise the standard of leadership? So I don't know what will befall me on the 3rd, but I'm arriving in Nigeria and I will be there in court to face these charges. And I trust that the judiciary will accord me a fair chance to explain what truly happened. If all of these utterances that they say I made were real, fine, I'll face the law. But if not, then all of those who have ganged up to defame me, to criminalize me, should also face the law. That's my stand. I have heard them boasting that on that day I'll be sent to prison, there'll be no bail. All well and good. The president himself, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has been jailed before. Nelson Mandela too, and many other great people. So if this is the prize of politics, then I'll wear it as a badge of honor. But I want Nigerians to know that I'm persecuted right now. And this whole issue of Sandra Duru or Professor Mbeke, like I said, I am going to the end of this. I will not, no one can just come up and cook up stories and think that they will malign me or destroy me, no. And I am strong, and I'll continue counting on the support of Nigerians. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate the prayers. And yes, I'm not afraid of what will happen, even though I'm concerned that the whole federal government, as a body, as a sovereign entity, will reduce itself to use taxpayers' money to further witch hunt an individual who doesn't have a track record of no criminality. I have never been arrested by the police. I have never been charged to court for anything wrong, illegal. I am also aware that in the course of this whole happenstance, that they were digging up to find out whether they could initiate an EFCC case against me, maybe for embezzlement of funds, but they found me clean. And I'm so proud. I never, in the course of me running the committee, tasked or harassed any of the companies under my watch then, or any minister or anything for anything. There was nothing. I do not have any case. And it's funny, ironically, that the same individuals who have tons of petitions against them, even proven ones, right in EFCC, are the same people who have ganged up against a woman of clean character. And for those who think that they could scandalize me because of my past marriages, listen, yes, I've been married twice before my husband now. And I tell you, it, no one knows the reason why my marriage ended. And my husband is calling me. I'm sure he doesn't want me to speak on this.
Okay,
But it's okay. Let me just say this. Let me round up. Um, no one knows the reason why my previous marriages ended, but I would just say I'm a survivor, and I have a good understanding relationship with my first husband is dead. He died years back, and my second, I have a good relationship with him and the kids. And as a matter of fact, in the course of my elections, his family supported me greatly, and because he's from Okene local government, and his team, so his family supported me. So if I was a bad person, then I don't think I'll be lucky enough to have a man as good as my husband now. And I love him dearly. I support him. Alema for Kingdom. Hi, Chief Emmanuel Udua. I love you dearly. Thank you so much. I know it's not been easy. Even times when I thought this was too much. I remember some days I'll just tell him, my love, I'm so sorry. I just, because I just feel guilty sometimes that maybe I should have stayed quiet. There are times when I've had these thoughts, yes, that maybe I shouldn't have spoken up. Maybe he would have still had a blossom relationship with the Senate president. But I did hold it. He appreciated me and he said, Natasha, you did no wrong. It's good you spoke up. It's good I know who my friends are. And I didn't soil nothing. But he's been of great support for me and the children. Thank you so much for those. My kids will come to me and say, Mom, whatever we read online doesn't define you. And yeah, Adiola, you too, thank you for opening your platform. I do appreciate. And I'm sorry for the insults. I've seen people say, oh, I paid you. I can't, how will I? Like, there's no value to this. And yeah, thank you so much for all the goodwill. Thank you for this platform.
thank
Thank you
you,
for the.
Sen.
First and foremost, what can we do about Obina, who is still in prison? The second concern is you said that you're going to appear in court. So we are concerned about your safety. What day are you arriving in Nigeria? Because if we don't hear from you, we want you to be able to text, to tweet or something that I am safely in my home. We don't want a situation where you'll be picked up at the airport. What day are you arriving in Nigeria? You don't need to tell us the time, but we will be looking at the clock. If we don't hear from, if we don't get a tweet from you by maybe Monday afternoon or Tuesday afternoon or something, we just want to be able to follow you bumper to bumper as Nigerians who are worried about your safety. So number one, what can we do about Obina that is still being detained? And number two, what day are you arriving in Nigeria, and do you promise to tweet or something, carry us along on your social media platforms that I have safely arrived in Nigeria or I'm on my way to Nigeria or something, just so that if we don't hear from you, we will know if you've been picked up at the airport, because we don't want that kind of situation.
Okay. I have also heard first that the moment I arrive Nigeria, my passport will be seized to prevent me from traveling, more like in a bid to restrict my movement. I don't know, that's a rumor. I hope that's not going to happen because, I mean, it's not like I've skipped any arraignments. It's not like I'm on the wanted list. So I will present myself. Like I said, right now I'm in London. I will present myself on the 3rd. I hope to be in Nigeria if not the first, the second latest, or maybe very early in the morning on the third, and then go straight to court. Because there is a British Airways flight on the night of on the second. That means I'll fly overnight and arrive
Whatever
on
you
the
do, carry us
whatever
along.
it is. I'll let you know. But just know
Carry
that
us along,
I
Nigeria.
also have concerns of my safety. If I'm going to court, will I be protected? I know there, you know how was it? Where was I? I think I saw something on the news somewhere where somebody was shot at the court. It was at international news. I don't know if you saw it. It was recent. Like, was it in the States? So I know I saw it. Somebody was going to court and was shot at the entrance of the court. So my mind was like, oh my goodness, what if this happens to me? But you know what? I'm just going to be courageous and trust that no harm will come to me. Yeah, I'll arrive Nigeria. I'll promise to keep you informed. I will make
Yes.
tweets. I'm
And
not that
Nigerians
active on
will
Twitter,
say
but
that
I'm
Nigerians
tweeting.
will, Nigerians want me to tell you don't eat anything or don't drink anything or
No,
because
if I'm yeah, I thought I finished it. That I'm more active on Facebook and Instagram. I will try to be more active on Twitter, but I'll definitely let Nigerians know. Okay, maybe in the morning when I'm going to court, but also just in case because I know that it's been fixed for 2 p.m. I wish it was earlier. So if our hearing is 2 p.m. and then I don't know whatever bail conditions will be set. So I hope I'll be able to meet the bail conditions. But maybe I'm thinking maybe it was fixed for 2 p.m. so that I will not meet the bail conditions. But whatever it is, if they say that if locking me up is going to give them any joy, then fine. Of course, if I go in there, I won't eat, I won't drink because I won't trust anything. I mean, I know how Abiola died and other things. I mean, but whatever it is, I would yeah. I'm not going to be broken. This won't break me. It just makes me stronger. I won't be broken, but I hope to get justice at the end of the day.
awesome. So I'm gonna start taking some comments as well as questions. Please and please, guys, if you're watching and you're here to subscribe to my channel, help my market as well. See, I have done well for you guys. I brought your senator. Whoo, father. Click the subscribe button. It is free. And the only reason I ask you to subscribe is just so you know when I upload a new video. That is why I asked you to subscribe. So if you are here to subscribe to my channel, you know you're enjoying me. So press the subscribe button, help our market. So this is from David, and he's saying that what's the relationship between your husband and the Senate president? And is there any hope for peace in the future? Now, while he's asking that, I want to add a quick question. Are you going to, some people have been saying that why don't you take the offer of settling outside court or just come to some kind of peace agreement? Would you be willing to do that? And if you should do that, what hope is there for regular Nigerian women that don't have any influence? So 3 questions in one, starting with David's question. Just
Okay.
make it quick.
David Sikpa. What's your relationship with your husband and the Senate president now? Any hope for peace in the future? I would say that the relationship pretty much is frayed. But again, I think the easiest part here, if we're going to talk about peace for the future, it's about honesty and accountability. Whichever party is wrong owes the other party that's offended an honest acknowledgement of the actions and seeking apology. Mind you, our situation is intertwined in the fact that there is a relationship between the families at first. And then there was a relationship between my husband and the Senate president way before he became a Senate president. There's also the work relationship of us being colleagues. So on different levels, it's me speaking up at first because the environment was very unconducive for me because of the activities of the Senate president. But then again, there is his friend who feels betrayed, or the bro code, whereby you don't cross my woman. So that's the other part of it. However they resolve it depends on them. But for me, the bigger picture of what I represent, this is beyond Natasha as an individual. as the many women running into millions who connect with me on this same story of being sexually harassed and deprived of chances of growth and opportunities to flourish, either in the corporate space, private business, whatever it is, or schools. Sexual harassment is real. And I think it's one of the most illicit social vice that people don't speak about because of our culture, cultural norms, or because the moment a woman speaks about sexual harassment, she's already made to wear the garment of guilt and blame. I would want this. You've asked whether there's a chance for mediation.
Yeah, is there?
I haven't thought about that, not because I don't want peace, but the first thing I would want is, even if there's going to be a mediation, I would want a chance to present my evidence and to speak. I wouldn't want a mediation whereby don't speak, stay silent, just shake hands. No, I don't want that. And whatever it is, at the end of the day, there's still going to be the accountability whereby someone should be accountable for his actions. And if at the end of the day, I'm the one that is wrong, then I'll be accountable for my own actions too. Do you understand my point? But there has to be a place whereby one will tender her evidence and say, this is what I have been made to suffer.
Okay.
And I want Nigerians to know this. From as many people that have wondered at how antagonizing this whole thing has been, in just in 84 days, there was a suspension, there was the recall that we survived. I'm aware that there is still plan for another recall. I'm aware of that too, that probably this whole scenario will make people lose trust in me and will say, okay, you know what, let's still recall her. But I'm grateful for the support I have in my constituents. They've been stronger than ever, praying for me, supporting me. And yeah, whatever it is, like I said, that will happen. I just don't want to be silenced totally. I would want to still have a chance to speak my truth. At the end of the day, there should be accountability before whether any mediation will happen. I have to be there in person.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to be there in person.
Okay. So,
And
but
I tend to attend as many hearings as possible. I would be there in person. So I think it's okay.
someone is asking, what makes you so bold and fearless? A lot of Nigerian women, especially, would like to know.
I think, should I say part of it is how I was born, it's my nature. It's just how I was born. I'm very careful in choosing a particular task. So I usually apply the 20-80 rule, which is 80% of the time I think through, is this worth it? What I'm about to do, does it make sense? And do I have the tenacity and courage to wait through? So when I've thought that 80% of my time and energy, then the remaining 20 is execute. So once I start something, I just give it my all usually. And that was it. So it's what played out in politics, right from when I was in SDP in 2018, 2019, and then in 2023. It took a while for me to decide, Natasha, what you're about to go in against all odds. Will you give up or you will hold on to the end? And that was what I did. And the same thing with this. Before I spoke up, I sat with my husband and I told him, I was like, this is what I'm going to do. I think it's about time I speak up. And that's it. Even though there are times when I was a bit shaky, I'm human, and I kind of pulse the situation. But at the end of the day, giving up on something that I think is worthy and good and honest, it's not part of it. It's, giving up isn't. Not like I'm going out there to fight or antagonize or destroy anyone, no, but I always like, give me a chance as a citizen to play my own part without intimidation and harassment. And I think we need to have more people, whether women or men, we need to have more people who are bold and fearless, because that's what Nigeria needs, more people who are bold and fearless, and fearless to stand against the odds and the ills.
Rounding up, did you tell us what we can do about Obina, who is still in detention?
Now, I do not know who his legal representatives are, but I did get a message the day he was picked up by one lady who says she was a lawyer. Of course, my number was out there, so I did receive a message that Obina has been picked up, and then he was being taken to the Imo command, police command. I think the only thing we need to do now, maybe I could ask my lawyers to check in on him to see what we could do, but I think we just need to create awareness. We need to let people know that Obina is being detained illegally, and I don't think there are any charges against him because he's not committed any offense other than speaking up of the role he was engaged by Sandra and the fact that he did mention number 3, which is the Senate President, as being a potential sponsor. Adela, there's also an audio I sent to you. I think you probably forgot to play that audio between Frances and a particular gentleman named Peter that was sent to me. I did send to you where she mentioned that Sandra recorded, I had a conversation with the Senate President and she played the Senate President's voice to Frances to prove that the Senate President was really involved. I think I sent that. You probably forgot to play it.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to. It's very important. That audio is very important. Yeah. I don't think I've not seen it anywhere.
Okay, I will publish it like on its own. But I also wanted to just take just a couple of questions. Sorry, guys, if I didn't pick your question.
Because she also, in that, why that audio is important, that she also mentioned that there were chats between Sandra Duru and SAN Olisa Bakoba, which she forwarded to Frances. That audio is very important, that there were chats, messages between, communication between Olisa Bakoba and Sandra, and that the Senate President flew her from America to meet with him in London while he was in London.
That the Senate President flew Sandra Duru
from America, that she met with the Senate President in London. That is very important, and that's where they had the plan. And then that audio is very important. You need to find a way to release that audio. I know it's 22 minutes long, and it was a willing conversation between Frances and Peter Kalu, I think that's his name. Yeah, and that it's very important you put that audio out.
But I'm going to end on, there are a number of questions like this. Is Nigeria worth all this stress? Some people want to know. This person is asking, Michael Ahungwa, would you give up on politics, or would you go ahead to run for governor? Of course, we need you in Nigerian politics. But just to summarize this, people want to know, after going through all this, are you still interested in politics? Is it worth it? Oh,
and lastly, at the end of this, if you can just put a call for Nigerians, we need all the civil society organizations to please write a statement or put a statement or two calling on the Nigerian police to release Obina. It's very important. Like, he's just with Obina has been arrested, so I think 8 days now.
Should we tweet at the police?
We have to tweet.
Hashtag free Obina, please.
Free Obina. Apart from free Obina, there will actually, maybe like Amnesty International, Nigerian Human Rights, or many organizations should actually write to the police asking them to release this man. He should be a witness. Yes. He should have been invited to tender his evidence and write a statement in support of what he mentioned on your show. But instead, he was arrested, and withheld, detained. He's not charged to court for nothing, because pretty much there's nothing to be charged of. It's amazing what's going on. It's crazy. But again, like I said, here's not me condemning the entire police force. Here's not me condemning all the institutions. I do believe that we have a lot of good people there, but then we need to task them to be courageous, to do the right thing. Do you understand? So together we can all strengthen our institutions so they can be there.
So